We're back with another moon phase analysis on the market and AMC DD you can't get absolutely anywhere else. Now, the last video we talked about that last new moon, we wanted to see some upside from the news that catalyst that we had that same day with the rates and all that good stuff. And it didn't get good news, and we said that we might get a lot of downside and put opportunities into this full moon. So we are here into the full moon. I did mention GameStop going to this $25 level, and it dropped below it. So that's pretty bearish. And so this full moon, all right, it looks like it still might start stalling out here, but the full moon is on Wednesday. Okay, so Monday I would like to see some sort of green day. Doesn't matter if it's a small green day, but a small green day, and then the following day a little bit more of a green day, and then maybe we could say, hey, it looks like we might get a nice little pump for the full moon. However, if we get a downside on Monday, I'm going to plan for a big full moon drop. Okay, and then probably the full moon will probably be the last day of that drop, and then later on in the week maybe we close above where we fell on that full moon. But yeah, so either Monday we come up looking green, and then I'll be looking very optimistic for a potential small moonshot. The same thing with AMC. AMC is kind of telling a little bit of a different story because it's actually squeezing green on the MACD, even though it's super oversold on RSI. The last day of the week, it did get a little bit of a green. And yeah, so, but it's still below the new moon, which would be an indication that potentially we're going to get some more downside on this full moon, like a full moon drop, okay, before potentially going back up. However, AMC did have this doji candle, and that could be the mark of the downside, okay, for the day, and it is squeezing green on the MACD. So AMC is kind of doing what we want to see coming into this full moon already. So if we get some upside Monday and a little bit of upside Tuesday, I would say that maybe AMC might have a little bit more of a bigger pop than maybe GameStop, just based on the setup right now. Okay, but that's what I'm looking for. I will also mention that March we're going to start hitting the eclipse, and you all know how I feel about the eclipse. And eclipse tend to mark the like long-term reversals. So yeah, we could be we may have to start waiting for those eclipses in March before a big move to either side happens. But yeah, I'm kind of in a waiting period to see how we kind of handle this full moon and kind of just test the waters on, where I think things may go. I think this is a time of patience. We have to let things play out, and we need to get back to higher levels before we can really start getting excited for something crazy, right? Until then, I'm just observing, watching, and adapting, okay? So with SPY, the same thing. We want to see some upside coming into Monday. SPY is kind of telling a different story here, but kind of the same at the same time. It kind of is underneath the new moon over here, but it's also over the Bollinger Bands, and it's still kind of squeezing green. Okay, so it's SPY is definitely in a decision-making situation, and I will say, coming into Monday, if we see SPY going to the downside and it loses the middle of the Bollinger Bands, we could see a big drop on the full moon. Okay, so it really determines on how Monday and Tuesday is playing out for us to kind of make a decision. But right now things are looking more bearish than bullish. Okay, same thing with Tesla. We really want to see Tesla fall or start stalling out here, or else she might make a nasty drop. If it breaks 350, who knows where it may go to. Okay, might be a put opportunity. Now we cannot sleep on DJT. This is DJT. We cannot sleep on DJT. It will make sudden moves on you, and it's been on the downside for a minute here, and I feel like anything can happen on this full moon for DJT. Just the timing, it makes big moves, right? It doesn't look at the big jumps on these full moons. Okay, so and it doesn't matter if it was going down first, right? You see here, Okay, so I'm keeping my eye out for DJT. I would imagine if it breaks above the middle of the Bollinger Bands before Wednesday, we could see it start testing $40 again. Okay, in my opinion. Okay, so it might be wise to get if you're playing like calls or something, not to play this week, but play the next week to see if the full moon energy like starts reversing it, and then it kind of bleeds into the following week. Okay. Let's see, Bitcoin. All right. Okay, so it's been consolidating in this big area that I've had drawn out. And so until it breaks this, I'm not really too worried about it. This the 90,000, I guess you could say. Okay. And I will be looking for an increase of volume. Okay, there's no volume on this phase. We need to see some increase of volume around this full moon. Maybe get something like this full moon had, and maybe get some reverses. Okay. So yeah, we're kind of looking at the same thing now. The only play that has played out in our favor, and I don't know how many people got into this, but I hope you did. But I was calling out a moonshot over here. Okay, since I called out this moonshot, she's up 108%. Okay, and I told you the calls were super cheap on this. I told you all why we're messing around in this area, that if it didn't fall underneath here, I'll be in those plays. And it's already at $5, and that's absolutely amazing. So I hope some of you guys did catch that. And I'm just kind of just hanging out, you all, waiting for this. I feel like we're just getting punished at this point for a little bit, and then the fun will begin again. So we're in a different cycle now. But I will be looking out for those moments where we can see big plays potentially happening. Okay, for right now, it's more like maybe big plays to the downside, but that's no fun for me. I play downside sometimes, but not on stocks like this one. But anyway, I'm Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon and Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. For watching Mark Moon Lord, where we merge the mission with the stars. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe. Until next time, peace.